Hey there, thinkers! Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and well, it looks like the Force has once again decided to hit the snooze button on Daisy Ridley's return to a galaxy far, far away. The rumored Star Wars movie, starring everyone's favorite scavenger-turned-Jedi, is reportedly on hold because apparently the powers that be over at Lucasfilm are still trying to figure out how to plot a course without flying straight into another Death Star-sized disaster. Honestly, why bother making plans when you can just throw them into a sarlacc pit of Hollywood's indecision? Honestly, after the sequel trilogy left fans more divided than Anakin's conscience, it seems like this film might be headed into development limbo, and considering the track record of Star Wars projects being announced, cancelled, and then announced again, sometimes within the same press cycle, it's hard to get excited about a future that's more uncertain than Rey's last name. I guess we'll just have to keep pretending that whatever's happening on Disney Plus is good enough for now. However, I have a few things to show off here, but before I do, we have a small request. If you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. We would greatly appreciate this, since this will help us appease those YouTube algorithm gods, so we thank you. Now, let me give you my thoughts on this, and let's get into it. Now, hold on to your lightsabers because once again, the galaxy far, far away is encountering some turbulence as rumors swirl around for this Star Wars film. So, starring Daisy Ridley and directed by Sharmeen Chinoy, according to the latest scoop, the project may be facing yet another major setback. This time, the rumor mill is spinning no thanks to Daniel RPK, who, let's be honest, has about a 50-50 track record with these kind of scoops. So, nonetheless, he claims that the movie is now on hold and won't be filming until 2025. If this is true, this marks the fourth time that we've heard whispers that the film could be in jeopardy. Whether it's script issues or production delays, like this Star Wars saga seems to be struggling to get off the ground. With some fans eager to see Daisy Ridley return to the Star Wars universe, this news might come as a blow to those hoping that the film was right on track. But given the hit or miss nature of the source, it's still unclear whether it's a temporary delay or another sign of deeper troubles behind the scenes. Is this just another hiccup, or could this project be fated to remain in development limbo? So, remember back in May when World of Real casually dropped the bombshell that Daisy Ridley's new Star Wars movie was on hold? Apparently Disney's big boss, Bob Iger, decided it was time to hit the pause button on that project. I mean, why not? Like, after all, nothing screams great decision making quite like delaying a highly anticipated film that could have brought back some excitement to the franchise. But hey, who needs to keep the fans happy when you can just keep dragging your feet? It's not like anyone was clamoring for real Star Wars content or anything. Thanks, Bob. Well, Empire City Box Office on X also said around the same time that the flick has been killed off by Bob Iger, who has previously said that Disney is pulling back on Star Wars. Like, who could have seen that coming? I mean, this is the same Bob Iger who's been on a mission to scale back on Star Wars like he's trying to save the galaxy from cinematic mediocrity. It's almost like he's got a personal grudge against anything lightsaber related. But hey, why wouldn't he? Disney's been playing fast and loose with the franchise lately, and Iger's clearly decided enough is enough. So while fans are left scratching their heads and wondering what's next in the Star Wars universe, Iger is probably off enjoying a nice quiet dinner, blissfully unaware of the chaos that he's leaving behind. Now, World of Real claims that the film is riddled with issues, like we're talking about leaky boat and a storm level of problems. And to make things even juicier, writer Stephen Knight is reportedly thinking about bailing on the sinking ship. Seems like he's already halfway out the door, probably wondering why he signed up for this mess in the first place. I mean, I can't blame him for wanting to escape a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, and here's a juicy tidbit. Stephen Knight graced the Royal Television Society's London convention with his presence. And you won't believe it. There was absolutely zero mention of Star Wars. I mean, really. Like, who needs Jedis and lightsabers when you can just dive into the riveting world of British television, right? It's almost like they're trying to pretend that a galaxy far, far away didn't even exist. Like, what's next? A convention for comic book fans where they ignore superheroes entirely? Like, bravo, guys. Clearly, Star Wars is so last season. Oh, and let's not overlook the brilliant strategic move by WB, who decided to schedule Dune 3 for a showdown against the Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie on December 18th, 2026. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? It's not like fans have been waiting for a new entry in a galaxy far, far away or anything. I mean, sure, nothing says box office brilliance quite like plopping your big sci-fi sequel smack in the middle of a lightsaber brawl. I mean, who wouldn't want to go toe-to-toe with space legends and a cinematic empire that's been untouchable for decades? I mean, bold move. Really. It's like they're betting people will totally pass on hyperspace jumps for a dusty desert planet. Genius, right? However, in a shocking twist, well, according to the latest whispers, it looks like the highly anticipated Daisy Ridley and Charmin Chenoy's Star Wars movie is poised to join the long list of failed projects at Lucasfilm. I mean, who didn't see that coming? Like, fans are rolling their eyes at this point because under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership, the promises of grand cinematic adventures have turned into a series of what could have been scenarios. It's almost as if there's a cursed spell at Lucasfilm that makes good ideas vanish into thin air. Like, you would think they would learn by now, but no, it's like watching a bad sequel. Like, you know it's going to disappoint you, yet here we are waiting for another letdown. So buckle up, people. The saga of abandoned Star Wars projects continue. Which brings me to The Acolyte. Lee Jung-jae is quite surprised by the cancellation, because honestly, who wouldn't be shocked to find out that yet another lackluster series bit the dust? Like, it's almost impressive how consistently they miss the mark. Like, maybe next time they'll consider writing a script that doesn't make viewers wish for a fast forward button. In an interview with EW, Lee Jung-jae was caught off guard by the cancellation news, saying that he was surprised by it. Apparently, he had his hopes up like a kid on Christmas morning, only to find out that Santa skipped his house. But fear not, he's still holding on to a sliver of optimism and expressed a desire to see more from Leslie Headland, because if there's one thing to take away from this mess, it's that we should all be looking forward to whatever creative magic she's going to pull out of her hat next. But who knows? Maybe it will be even more groundbreaking than the last massive disappointment. He stated, "As you know, my character had died already in the first season," he told EW, "so I wouldn't have appeared in the second season if there was one anyway. But personally speaking, I really love Leslie's writing. I thought she was a great writer and director who was very talented in the storytelling, as well as creating characters and creating meaningful structures within the story. So I was actually personally really looking forward to watching a season 2 with her at the helm. To hear the news, I was quite surprised personally as well. Honestly, I am hoping that maybe there could be changes in the future, because you never know what's going to happen. So on a personal level, I really hope we could get to see further stories of Leslie's second season." Wow, how touching. Wishing for more of Leslie's writing while your character is already 6 feet under. It's almost endearing. Like, if only more people actually liked watching that trash show. Maybe if you stayed around, you wouldn't be so eager for a miracle to bring it back. But hey, I guess hope springs eternal. Even for a series that most viewers wanted to bury. Like, where do I even begin with the state of Star Wars? Like, between the train wreck that was The Acolyte and another Rey movie that no one even asked for, the franchise has taken a massive nosedive straight into a Sarlacc pit of embarrassment. Like, what used to be a legendary space saga has now become a meme of disappointment. And it's almost like Disney's goal is to see how low they can go. If they even have the faintest glimmer of hope to salvage this mess, they might want to rethink their strategy of slapping fans in the face with laughable, half-baked ideas. Lesbian witches? Like, come on. And a Palpatine randomly deciding to cosplay as a Skywalker? Seriously? What is even happening here? The galaxy far, far away is turning into a soap opera that nobody wants to watch. I mean, it's almost impressive how every new idea seems to be more disconnected from what the fans actually loved about Star Wars. It's as if they're in a boardroom saying, what's the quickest way to turn loyal fans into walking eye rolls? And oh boy, are they succeeding. Like, I don't know if this is an elaborate prank or if the writers are just throwing darts at a wall of bad ideas, but all I know is that they need to stop. It's not working. However, those are my thoughts on the possible cancellation of the Rey movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now, so I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!